Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for watching today. Today is Monday, December 6th. And today, the topic today is about truth, honesty, and doing the right thing and how this is a learned behavior. And it's all relative to everybody. Everybody has their own, so to say, moral compass. So I challenge you to kind of look back in your past. Look back, could be hopefully it could be a recent past, could be when you're a child. Look back, and we all have thoughts, stories, memories of when we didn't make the right decisions, or our honesty, our truth, or not doing completely the right thing. Now, one story about myself is I could say that as far as I could remember, I've never stole anything. I never took anything that wasn't mine from a store, from someone's house, nothing. Just one time I'll just say that. And it still haunts me to this day. Not really haunts me, but I still think about it. Was once I was in high school, and a friend of mine worked at a sporting goods store, and he was unloading a truck, and they had dartboards in the truck for there. And when he was going over the checklist, they took off two. They had too many dartboards that they took off the truck that were supposed to go in the store, and the truck already left. So he called me up and goes, "Hey, I got two extra dartboards here. Come get them because we don't need them in the store. We're off the truck." And I went there and I took one of these dartboards and had it for years and years and years through high school, college, and I don't even know where it is now. It was back from high school on. But since that day, I did it. I've always had this guilt that I stole something, and that's my moral compass of taking something that's not mine. And if you look back, when you were a child, did you cheat on a test? Did you use someone else's homework as your own? Did you do these little things that kids do in school to get by? And a lot of us have. And why I bring up this topic is because I'm going to get to the point of being in real estate and being in business, is that I feel that I have a great moral compass, but is that for me? It's a relative to what you learn. Example for me, and I'll keep on using examples because I know myself, is that in my history, before real estate, my father, who passed 5 years ago, but a great person, great man, but I use the word but, he was an attorney. And to all the attorneys out there, people know attorneys. So when I finished college, I was planning on going to law school. But, sorry, my opinion, I'm not doing this, but growing up with an attorney as a father, and attorneys in the family, attorneys as friends. So anybody watching this, I'm not putting down attorneys, but their job is to lie. They have not a moral compass, they have this relative to them, their compass of what they do. They'll say it's their job, they'll say it's a way to protect people, everybody has a right to a defense, all of these types of things. But I, as a person, couldn't think, I can't do that. I can't lie for a living because that's my job to do. Not all attorneys have to lie. Not all attorneys just not. So calm down if you're not. But you talk to any attorney that has a client, they're going to go, some of these clients, I'm going to have to bury the truth a little bit. I'm going to have to move this side, not make that point. We see this every day on the news. Don't worry, there's a point to all of this. As people, as communities, as children, as people, you always can learn what's right to do, what's obviously we see that in our society. These people say that's right, that's people say that's wrong. just in my I get notifications on by email because I'm part of like that neighborhood groups emails, for different neighborhoods, and someone says my car got broken the last time someone walked in my house. I couldn't fathom, and if you know anybody that could steal something and still not think about it, that's different. I can't even think about that. I would be such guilt. But there's people out there that I can't. We have to lock our doors, we have to lock our cars, because there's people out there. I'm like, how do these people do it? How do they do it? And not to go off target, I have a very close friend now. She just became a friend of mine just about 3 or 4 years ago, but close friend now. And I had this conversation with her, and then I felt guilty. You know why? Because she kind of looked weird when I was saying it. It's like, yeah, when I was younger, in my younger years, I went through my klepto phase and stole stuff from some stores and things. And I said, don't worry. I mean, I understand. Obviously doesn't do that now as an adult, but she learned that that's not the right behavior anymore. But at one time she had that moral compass, that lack of judgment, and she's feels guilty for it and sad for it. But that's what the point I'm trying to make to you. You could reevaluate, look what you're doing and what you're saying, and see, do I have the honesty? Do I have the truth? Am I doing the right things? And if not, maybe I can do those things. The whole point is you want to have peace in yourself that you are doing these. Now here's the business side of things. As a broker owner, been in real estate 30 years, and seeing, having thousands of transactions a year, and dozens and dozens of lawsuits every year, every couple of years, lawsuits of buyers and sellers fighting each other. If you're an agent and you're new, or you've been in the business, maybe you've never been through a lawsuit, congratulations. I wish never getting involved in a lawsuit between a buyer, usually 99% of the times a buyer and a seller arguing over something, and include the agents, and you're involved in there. And guess what? When that happens, that's when the lying starts. That's when the truth, the honesty, and doing the right thing goes out the window for a lot of people. And when I talk to agents every year, we have a few, because being business, it's just a numbers game. And one of the compliments I get from our agents when these things happen is like, Tony, you are so calm about this. This enrages me. I didn't say that. These people didn't do that. How are you not so upset at these people for doing it? I go, because I'm used to it. I know that's what they're going to do, because their moral compass is this: protect. I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to protect my family. I'm going to protect my money so no one comes after it. And they lie, and they bend the honesty and the truth and what was said, what was done, and the doing the right thing is kind of out the window for some people. So all those people are not bad. Imagine every lawsuit out there, if saying one side's bad, one side's good all of the time. That's not always the case. It's just that sometimes that changes. And for people, and what I mean by that, if it ever changes for you, if there's something you're like, I shouldn't really have done that, you have to be honest with yourself. You can't have peace until you're honest with yourself of things that you said, things that you did, if you made mistakes, if you protected yourself and did something in the past, and you're like, I want to learn to be a better person. I want to be honest with myself in what I say and do. Be honest, have integrity, and doing the right thing is also relative to doing the right things for you, doing the right thing for your family, doing the right thing for transaction. And that's another gray area for a lot of people. I see it in real estate every day, is doing the right thing. Some people go, my doing the right thing as a seller is to get the highest price at all costs, no matter what, and use leverage over this buyer and win. Some people think that. Some people have a different moral compass and go, I want to do the right thing and get a fair deal and make sure it goes smoothly for my buyer or my seller. I have people in transactions that will have leverage and know like this is a game of who could win, who could get a lower, who could buyer trying to figure out how they could force the seller, what can they do to get the lowest price and get credits. And I have sellers that, ooh, I can get a little bit more out of this buyer because they really need this house. Again, it's all learned behavior. It's relative to where they feel. So there's no clear-cut answer. I mean, I'm not going to go deep in thought of moral compasses and ethics as in general, but in real estate, you as an agent have to figure out where's your compass, where is your honesty, where is your integrity, where do you draw the line from representing your client to the best of the ability. And I have to remind agents sometimes, you are not attorneys. You don't have if you're doing something or saying something, or there's something that's disclosed to you that you have to legally disclose to the other side. It's not like being an attorney. Sometimes people think that way. It's like if someone says, hey, someone says their attorney, like bad example, but is that if someone's did something criminal and they told their attorney they did it, that attorney still has a job. They could say client privilege, and they could say, yeah, thank you for telling me, but I'm going to defend you. I'm not going to tell the other side that. In real estate, you can't do that. If the seller says, hey, that basement wall leaks all the time, but we just put drywall over it, we painted it, and don't tell the buyers that there is a big crack in leaking on that side, and hopefully we'll sell it before it starts raining again. You don't have that luxury, not luxury, but you have the ethics and the moral obligation, and you have to have the integrity and the honesty to tell the other side. You have to disclose that. So these are the types of things I see in real estate, is that some agents have to really think about deep down, do they want to handle these certain clients, because they're asking them to do things that they shouldn't do, because that honesty comes into play, that integrity, that doing the right thing. So I know I'm going off on some tangents here, but the whole point is to give it a thought. Think about what you've done in the past. Think about where you're going. I've aged almost at least once a month, at least, sometimes more. I'm on the phone with an agent going, drop that client. You do not want that seller. You do not want that buyer. They are so far, their integrity, their honesty is so far from yours. You don't want to be involved with that person. There's people out there like that. So today I'll leave you with this, is, again, your goal is to have peace in yourself, that at the end of the day, when you go to sleep and you go, I did the right things. In my compass of thoughts and honesty and integrity and doing the right thing, I did it today. I did it. My goals, my things, that everything I did matches up with how my belief system and all of that. Because you want to have peace in that. You don't want to have that guilt. Like I felt, like I said, still to this day, of that dartboard that I took and had. I still feel guilty about that, but I can't correct that now. But you don't want to have any guilt or any thought or lack of peace, because you're making decisions and doing things that are not there. And if you did those, you could forgive yourself and learn and get better for the future. And hopefully that made a little bit of sense, but it was on my mind this morning when I was coming up with the topic for today. So, and remember, use me as a resource. Call, text me, email me anytime. I get, as a broker, I get in conversations with agents all of the time of should I say this? Should I do this? How should I handle this situation? Because we have negotiations and buyers and sellers, and there's a line somewhere sometimes, like, should we say that? Should we do that? Should we suggest that? Should we be telling them that they should accept this or do that? And there's honesty, there's integrity, there's doing the right thing in a lot of those, but we like to brainstorm and think what's best to do that. I love those scenarios in real estate because for doing it so many years, I enjoy having those kind of communications with people and helping them make the right decisions that we all feel is best for us and them and their clients. So that's it. Well, have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow at Tuesday at high noon.